Hello, you beautiful and successful people. How are you? My name is Andres. This is Dovela, and today we're going to talk about different type of investors. What I mean, not every investor wants the same. Not every person in the world wants the same. And it's basically that for this business. Which one do you want to become? A long-term, a short-term, someone more dedicated to flipping strategy, someone more dedicated to tourist sector? Which one do you want to be? And for that, we're going to clarify the four biggest types of investment in real estate. And we are talking about residential. We are not going to talk about commercial or even lands. We're going to talk about residential place and how to manage it. The different type of management, different type of investor. Okay, so let's begin. Long-term residential rental. Long-term residential rental are the most common type of rental arrangement in Spain, typical involving a single rental contract for a period of 1 year or more. Legally, you have the obligation to rent at least 5 years, at least something happened. If you need it for yourself, if you need because it's going to be your living, that's a gap in the law. But you have to be prepared to deliver that flat for at least 5 years, okay? Long-term residential renter offer a comfort of having a place to call home without the commitment of purchasing a property. What that means? It means that you are going to look for families, you're going to look for young, just married people, you're going to look for something really stable. But more stable the investment, less recover of itself. So you have to be prepared to doesn't get 12% of return on your investment. Prepare yourself for 7-8% maybe if you're lucky and you have a good deals in your hands. The second is a short-term vacation rental. That's very simple. You have obligation like booking like Airbnb, and you're going to need a license to do that. Not every flat in Valencia, not every apartment in Valencia can be dedicated to tourism, because your laws are a bureaucratic process that protects some part of the city against this. So you have to be very careful when you buy a flat for this to see if you really can get the license. If not, you're going to lose money and you're going to lose time. The third is student rent. Here in Valencia, you have a lot of university. That means a lot of students. So what do you want to dedicate? You want to dedicate to rent rooms to students, because it's very rare that a group of students put themselves in an agreement to rent all of them a flat. So what they look is rooms. If you can get them a really nice space, really nice rooms, they are going to be so happy to give you more money for more quality. Don't make luxury for a student because the market space is so reduced that it doesn't make sense. Make something really good. That's all. Make something that when you were a student you wanted to live in. That's your goal. So let's talk about co-living space. That's a modality of renting that I like most because it's very safe for the investor and it's very comfortable for the tenant. Co-living spaces is that if you have 4 bedrooms in one apartment, you are going to rent each room to one student or to one person. So you're going to have 4 contracts in one flat. Why this is more secure? Because if one doesn't pay you, the other 3 are going to pay you. That's simple. And legally, to have back that room is more easy than when you rent a whole apartment. Because here in Spain, there are so many legal gaps that make a bureaucratic hell for the investor. So you have to be prepared for that. And we're going to talk about that in other video. So, which type of renting do you want? Do you want to rent to a single person? Do you want to rent to a family or a just married couple? You want to rent to students, or you want to create a co-living space. Those are the 4 types for renting. And there's the other way, that is the way that make money, and that's flipping. Flipping means that you're going to buy, reform, and sell a property. That's very usual in all the world. But here in Spain, you have some laws that are going to help you. It's going to be more difficult, but it's going to be more profitable. And that is because here in Spain are a situation called ocupas. Ocupas, it's people who doesn't have a home, so they enter into an apartment that is no one living there, and they stay there. And if you come and you say like, hey, I want my apartment back, you have to go to a trial with judges, with proof, with your lawyer to get them out. Why? Because if it's not your first or second living, they are allowed to enter to your place, stay here till a judge say you have to go. So imagine what is that to a bank, to funds of investments. That's hell. And that's why we are here, because we are going to get some approach of that and we're going to take some advantage. The advantage that we are going to take is that most of the fund, most of the bank sell this type of property that are occupied, ocupas, sell it for, 60% of the market price. So when you buy it, you are already 40% below the market, and that gives you already a earning. But if you reform that real estate, that apartment, and you add value, you can have around, even 80% of return of your investment. And we are going to show you that. We're in the middle of one of these transactions, and I wanted to show you. We buy an apartment with ocupas inside. The ocupas was people that didn't pay his mortgage. The fund couldn't get them out in a legal way. So we buy the flat with they in it, and we negotiate with them for they leave the flat the earliest time possible. They were so nice, they were so good people that what we made was an agreement. We found them very cheap rent in other flat, and they move out in 1 month. That month of waiting and that effort to find them a place to rent give me a market gap of 30%. That's money.